hearing people's stories, meeting them, that is honestly my passion. I wouldn't have learned the lessons if I hadn't seen lows. And if I hadn't learned the lessons, I wouldn't have gone out there and worked harder and wanted to achieve the things that I wanted to achieve. I'm ready when you are. I was like, why one talent? I want all talents. I was too greedy. There was a time when I thought the same. Maybe a singing reality show is the perfect fit for me. But actually, it isn't. TV is the perfect fit for me, if that makes sense. Like for so many years, I've been going on these multiple shows as a guest. In fact, sometimes when the judges were not available, I've also, sat in for them on certain shows. And I would always have these conversations with the channel or with the producers, and they would always say, Pari, why aren't you on TV? Like, you are meant to be on TV. And I would never take them seriously. I would go back home and be very happy because I'd be like, achhe marks mile, teachers say. But it was there at the back of my mind. I always used to feel most comfortable when I was on TV shows. I was always the happiest. Just the kind of childhood I've lived. I've had a small town exposure as well as a very affluent exposure. I've had Indian upbringing as well as international upbringing. So hearing people's stories, meeting them, that is honestly my passion. Hunarbaaz is finding talent from all over India. It's finding, you can have a magician, you can have a singer, you can have a beatboxer, you can have a rapper. There is all sorts of talent in our country. So I didn't want to be part of a show that was a singular talent. I wanted to do this. So Hunarbaaz kind of just ticked all the boxes of everything that I've wanted to do for a couple of years, So I'm very happy. I think some of the shows out there are doing a phenomenal job. The kind of talent that we've been able to find simply because people are coming out of their homes and auditioning and being a part of these shows. How else would we ever find them? There are some playback singers. There are some choreographers today who have all come out of reality shows. They've all been found on these TV shows. Even people who haven't won, they were in the top 20 or top 30, and they're all earning livelihoods today. They do shows, they do corporate shows, they travel all over the world and do shows. I think what those shows set out to do, they've done in a very big way. If you see all the dance shows or the singing shows or whatever that have been successful in the past, you see the people who were in the top 10, in the top 15 or whatever, whether it was singing, dancing, whichever. They are tremendously successful today because they were genuinely out there because they never got a chance anywhere else. This show or that show gave them a chance to start their lives. I mean, we also have a few participants on our show already. We've been shooting for a few days now. The show is going to be out on the 22nd. And I've already started to see future playback singers. I'm already seeing future entertainers. I'm feeling like, okay, this guy's going to be a choreographer one day, That can only happen on these shows, So it's amazing. It's amazing. It's like a quick audition and career begins, on these shows. Honesty and sincerity. That's my biggest thing. Anybody who's out there for the wrong reasons will never touch my heart. And maybe I'm too young or maybe I'm too inexperienced to experience this, but I actually love people and I love human beings and I love hearing their stories. And so I have a pretty good perception, filtration system of people anyway in my life. And I'm just trying to use that talent as a judge. But the level of talent is so high that here I think I'm watching a finalist and the next performance will be 10 times better. And suddenly this finalist would not even clear an audition. The level is so high, it's incredible. The reason we're doing a show or the reason we are trying to tell stories of India are not to just people like you and me who are living in Mumbai. That show is made for the citizens of our country who are not only in Bombay, who don't live in Bandra, they live everywhere. And find myself so often being so emotionally moved by these participants because their stories and the level of their talent makes you feel so small, makes you feel undeserving sometimes. And if that makes me emotional, and if the channel wants to show that emotion to the world, because ultimately that world is going to vote for that person or support that person, their careers are in their hands. We want to show the story as it is. Why not? I think my career has been the biggest roller coaster ride. It's been the highest high and then a drop. And then now I think I'm on my way up again. I hope, I don't know. But 2021 was the start of an upward trajectory, if I were to use your lingo. And I'm very happy with where I am today because I think it's the kind of year that I had last year has led to me signing amazing films now. I'm doing Animal and I'm doing Uunchai with SOORAJ BARJATYA. These films wouldn't have happened to me a couple of years ago. So I think that all is well so far. And yes, I think that I'm very happy with the way my career has gone because I think that I wouldn't have learned the lessons if I hadn't seen lows. And if I hadn't learned the lessons, I wouldn't have gone out there and worked harder and wanted to achieve the things that I wanted to achieve. Everybody needs one lesson in their life. So I'm glad that lesson came in my life. And yeah, I'm very happy. In fact, now I feel more in a position to say, okay, now there's a lot I want to do. Now I'm so motivated to achieve everything that I didn't, earlier. I'm shooting Uunchai right now. We'll finish hopefully by next month or in a couple of months. And then I start Animal after that. Dates are not locked, but of course we'll shoot that this year. And after that, I haven't locked my next film. I want to see what comes. Every single set is different, and it's different because the director is different. Having said that, Sooraj sir is an entirely different universe. I had always wanted to work with him because I had heard such beautiful things about him. To see him in the flesh and to see the kind of person that he is and how he works and how he treats his crew members and how he simply how he directs has been a lesson in humility and has been a lesson in being a humble artist, no matter what success you get. He is that guy, and I'm blessed to be in his film. It's amazing. It's really beautiful. And not only that, Mr. Bachchan is in the film, Anupam Kher, Vaman Irani, they're all legendary actors. So I sometimes feel like, have I entered the wrong set? Like, are you guys sure I'm here? Like, I just feel so blessed that I'm getting to see these people every day. My sister, actually, she's been in the business for 22 years now. I think she said the most important thing to me. She said that, you have the privilege of people's expectations from you. When you're in a film, people expect that you will do something good. And if you're ever mediocre, they're going to be very disappointed. And that's a very privileged position to be in. And it's a huge responsibility. So every time you're in a film, do your bloody best and give the audience what they want from you. And I think that really gave me perspective of how I should be on set every day. If people didn't have that expectation from me, I think I would be very depressed. So, I'm very happy that she said that to me. It's always on my mind. No, actually, I'm too objective as a person. So when somebody says something to me negative, if I agree with them, if I know it's true, it just doesn't affect me because I already knew it. And something that is completely untrue doesn't matter to me anyway. I forget about it too much. So I think that I'm too strong in my mind to really get depressed about things. If somebody says something new to me that I didn't know, I'm also that person who will run behind it and fix it, So actually I deal with criticism really well. It's the best thing, when even if I'm wearing a shirt, I will ask people to tell me the negatives first, and I don't want to hear the positives.
Subscribe to Midday India. Get direct notifications on all our videos by clicking on the bell icon.